Hello, everybody, and welcome to my as yet unnamed podcast. I don't actually know what I'm going to call this yet. Yeah, no idea, honestly. Playing calm games with Kyle or something. It's a terrible name. Hopefully, I'll come up with something better than that, but maybe not. I don't really need a good name. Anyway. So basically, the main plan for this podcast I had was I get a friend on, not necessarily every week, or in any time scale. I just get a friend on. They pick, or if they don't want to, I'll pick us a relaxing game to play, and we'll just have a chat for like an hour or so. So yeah, this first one's gonna be sort of an introduction and just me on my own. And then, yeah, and then I'll start hopefully doing it with some people. I mean, I've tried to do podcasts before, so we're playing. But anybody who's listening to this and it's audio only, we play Power Wash Sim. In case you're wondering why there's a water sound. Yeah. So, yeah, so basically I'll probably mess around with the audio and stuff because I think it should be quieter for this. Anyway, so yeah, I've tried to do podcasts before. I did one, I don't know, quite a long time ago, back in the old Charados days. And if you don't know what Charados is, it's our like group YouTube channel we used to have, me and my friends. So I did a couple. I did some really early ones. I think I've tried it about 4 times, and we've stopped every time. And usually the issue is scheduling. The reason we stopped. I mean, not that the podcasts were any good, but that wasn't the reason we stopped. When's that ever stopped me from doing anything? Yeah. So like, we've just had to stop doing it because we haven't been able to get the group together. Because usually we'll do like a 3 or 4 person podcast, and then it immediately becomes an issue of when are you both free at the same time. It's kind of a nightmare. So I don't want to do necessarily like a regular podcast this time because I don't need to. Before I had the stupid idea that for some reason I had to obey the same rules as everybody else who made like podcasts and stuff. But I don't, because there's nobody watching or listening. And even if there is, they're not. What are you gonna do about it? It's just insulting anybody who actually bothers to listen. That's really funny. No, I really appreciate anybody who's listening to this. Yeah, so, but yeah, no, so I think just doing it as a semi-regular basis, just trying to get people on, only one person other than me, so it should be pretty easy to do that. And I think it'd be a good opportunity for me to actually have a chat with my friends, because I want to get to know, what's going on in people's lives better, because, I mean, we our main source of like hanging out is playing video games, right? So we at the start, like when we log on or whatever, we'll like be like, oh hey, what have you been up to this week? To hear a few things from like their lives, and that'll be it. Then we'll play games for the rest of the evening, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I think it'd be nice to sit down for an hour and just play something relaxing. And just talk about I don't know what's going on in our lives, shit that we've been thinking and stuff like that. With my friends, because I don't know, I feel like I haven't had a lot of like deep conversations with people recently, except Asha, my partner. Maybe I should just say my partner. We just don't want to dox her. We'll just bleep that, I guess. Although I feel like if you wanted to find out, it'd be pretty easy. Anyway, yeah. So I feel like having a nice chat with one of my friends you know, every week or couple of weeks would be quite nice. So I do want to do that. And you know, trying out a bunch of like nice relaxing games that they suggest as well is something I definitely want to do, because I really enjoyed playing the first Power Wash Simulator recently, and that is one of the things that made me want to do this. And Power Wash Sim 2 is really nice as well. I'm realizing I'm enjoying it. It's good fun. Which is surprising, because I've never been a real like relaxing game player, if that makes sense. I've only done 18%. What's the rest of this? Hello, kitty. There's a cat. Oh, it's the best game of all time. Yeah. What was I saying? I just completely... I feel like the point of this is not that I should lose where I am. You know, that's why we're playing a calm game, is so that I can keep up with where I am in the conversation. Yeah, so this year's been kind of weird for me. I mean, most years are, with like me making content and stuff, and I feel like I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going with this stuff. I'm still trying to figure out like what my end goal is. I mean, I guess my end goal is doing this kind of regularly, not the podcast, but making video content on YouTube or Twitch, you know, regularly. I want to have some form of like curated content that I produce regularly, not streaming, but like YouTube videos and stuff. What is happening here? Am I meant to like lift this up or something? We'll take a short break to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do here. The fuck? What's happening? Ah! I was waiting for it to open. Anyway. Where was I? So yeah, I've kind of, I'm kind of still figuring out like what I want to do. I still want to do clips, and I'm gonna try and set a challenge for myself till the end of the year to do a clip a day, because I have such a huge backlog at this point. So I spreadsheet all my clips from streams. So while I'm streaming, I press a button, and then that'll do a mark in like the audio track for me to see, like, this is a funny moment, right? Or something I've at least thought was funny at the time. It's advice I actually got from a Tio video. It's very funny. Tio's Game. If you don't know who Tio's Game is, I suggest you check him out. Anyway, a very, very big inspiration for me, I would say, with with my early YouTube stuff. Well, and recent YouTube stuff, to be fair. Early stuff was more the Yogscast. I mean, I don't think you can see that in what I made at the time, and like sketch channels as well. That's obviously why me and Scott did started Gyarados, was because we wanted to do you know, sketches and stuff. I genuinely can't believe that we looked at those and thought, or at least I did, looked at them and thought, this is good. You know, I can't imagine why people aren't watching this. Like, it's insane. It's like, it's like actually crazy that I saw that. Like, at least I can see now. Like, I can look at my stuff and think, these are the reasons why people people aren't flocking to it. And, well, I mean, can I though? Well, I wouldn't expect people to flock to it, but like sometimes I do just think like, why aren't there like a couple of people who watch this stuff? But I mean there are. I feel like a couple of people who watch my like VODs on YouTube. I think. I don't know anyway. I don't know. I mean, I feel like now I know that I don't know the reasons why, and also I don't want to be someone who does. I don't want to do the YouTube grind and like devote my life to doing it, because unless I can get that viewership in like a fun way, in like a way where I'm actually gonna, you know, be able to keep doing the way I enjoy, then I don't want it. Like I'm not gonna complain about not having it as well, and then proceed to not do the things that would or at least have a higher chance of getting me it. For example, like everybody says you to like build up an audience. For example, on Twitch, there's a gnome in that window. Anyway, it's not in the window, it's on the window. Everybody says to build up an audience on Twitch, you have to you have to like main a game basically. Like this is the game. So people who like that game will come to your stream, they'll watch you, and then they'll probably keep watching you. And then if they like your personality, then you know they'll probably stick around. And then but then you end up getting funneled into that game, and then you have to like switch off, which will result in loss of viewership, but you know, tends to not be too bad, I guess. I don't know. I don't know too much about it. I've only heard like things about that kind of stuff. But anyway, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to play shit tons of a game just so I can get viewers. Like that's not like it's not worth it to me in my life to fucking play, for example, Siege. Like I burnt out so hard on Siege. I refuse to play it now. Like I'm not well, and also the game's kind of got a lot of shitter. But yeah, no, like I'm so glad that I did not do that at any point. Because I just don't know. I don't want to have such a bad time doing it, because if I'm not enjoying doing this, there's no point. Because even that, if I manage to get like this, like a tiny bit of success, it's not going to be enough to make a fucking job out of it. And I don't want to make a job out of me playing one game either. You know, so it's stupid, and I will not do it. So either I will eventually find an audience doing like variety, I guess, or I won't at all, and that's okay. You know, I'm at peace with the idea that I may never have an actual audience of any kind, and I mean that's okay. I mean it's a shame, because it's something that, especially as a younger kid, that I really wanted. But maybe one day, I don't know, if we're still here, and if the internet hasn't fucking imploded on itself, you know, which it's looking likely like it's gonna do. But yeah, no. So that's kind of why I don't do any of that, and also I don't work hard enough at it. I feel like that's one of the main reasons that I don't even have like a small audience, is because I don't do stuff regularly enough and like make sure all of my channels are up to date and stuff. I mean, that's something I really want to work on for myself, because like I said, my goal is to like have some regular, like I want to regularly upload clips. Like there've been periods where I've done that, and then I end up dropping off again. And I mean, I guess that's just, you know, that's kind of what I'm like. A lot of things is like I'll get a boost for a while, and then I'll kind of fall back again. I don't wanna do that. I wanna, you know, keep up with this kind of stuff, because it does bring me joy to make this kind of stuff, and doing this podcast and stuff is kind of the first step for me to that end, to like doing more regular stuff. So and like this would be something to actually go on my YouTube channel, because I don't really do videos that much, and it's not something I kind of want to do very often. I'm happy doing the yearly like wrap up video, and that's about it. Because I don't know. I really didn't enjoy doing like editing videos. I feel like that'd be a big problem if I was actually successful. But if I was successful enough, I'd just hire people. I'd like wade through the pain for a little bit of editing. It's not that bad. Like I say, pain. It's not really that bad. It's just I don't like. Sometimes it can feel really tedious. Like, oh yeah, I've got to do another like fucking like I've got to do another 20 minutes of this video. It's gonna take me fucking forever. Like I don't want to do this today. And then I'll just put it off. And then that's one of the big reasons that I didn't upload a lot back in the day when I was actually trying to do it. So yeah, and I've come kind of slowing down with subtitles. I think I'm gonna do like just subtitles for the main point of whatever the clip is. Like somebody says something funny or whatever, I'll subtitle that, but I won't subtitle the rest of the clip because it was never an accessibility thing. So I didn't subtitle everything. I subtitled a lot of stuff, but I didn't subtitle everything. So it was simply an aesthetic thing, and it's just became too much of a ball ache for me, and I feel like I would do more if not. And I've been kind of busy like in my life recently, and I think that's like my time where I haven't been busy. I've just spent like relaxing sort of, and therefore I haven't really done much channel stuff recently, which is why I want to get back into. So this is me trying to do that, and I've done a little bit with the VODs channel and stuff. I've been trying to like keep stuff up on there, but I need to do thumbnails for that as well because I don't want it looking shitty. So I need to. That's kind of on my list of things I need to do. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, no, I don't know what I'm gonna play with people on this series. Maybe I'll do Farming Sim with Harry because I know he really wants to play that. So, but the problem with that is it's gonna require a lot of learning, and that's kind of like anathema to the kind of point of this. Because the kind of point for me here is that we're having a conversation, and that conversation isn't revolving around the game we're playing. I mean, I guess I don't know about Farming Sim. I could talk to Harry about it, and we'll like, he can tell me if like, maybe he'll have to talk to me a lot in the first like maybe hour we play it, and then we could spend the next hour, actually doing the podcast or whatever, or something like that. I don't know yet, but I want to get everybody on here. I want to get like Freddie on here, Scott, Cameron, Jago. I mean, we haven't seen Jago in a while, which is a shame. He's been kind of busy, and Luca as well. I mean, it'd be fun to get Luca on here because he's one of the people I did the most recent podcast, and by most recent I mean like 2021 maybe we did it in. God, Harry actually sounds like a child in it. It's crazy. I'll play a little audio soundbite here, just in case Harry's listening, so I can so he can be uncomfortable. What is with this poster frame? Why is it not? I need to get a ladder. This is a cool one. I like this. Oh, Jesus Christ. What happened here? My God. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting some people in to chat with them, find out more about what's going on with them than I normally do. And then after, and then just talk about shit, because that's what we do. That's what I want to do with people. Yeah, so I guess this kind of like episode is sort of doubling as like a little update for me. Like the last video I did. I realized I had my webcam thing on in the top left, but I mean it's mainly a podcast, so we'll you'll live. You'll deal with it. It's good. It's good attitude for me to have. I mean, I don't know how much more of this I'm gonna do because it's just me. I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna do a full full hour. Also, it's kind of late for me as well. I'm doing this because I, for some reason, decided not to do this any earlier. Well, I don't know what I was saying before. I was talking about YouTube and stuff. But God, I was listening back to one of our old podcasts. Jesus. I said I'd add the sound clip in. Oh. I am, yeah. Hopefully this one will be better. But yeah, no, so I don't know if I have much else to say, honestly. Really, I'm looking forward to making the like best of this year. That's gonna be fun. Also, I'm doing Jungle Jam again this year, so hopefully I can raise some money. Because last year I think we only raised the money that I donated. So I'm hoping this year that we'll be able to get some donations again, and hopefully we can hit 150. That'd be nice. I haven't made any concrete plans yet, except for, although we don't have a date for it certain yet, Jeopardy, which is either Charity Jeopardy, Christmas Jeopardy, or Charitous Jeopardy, whichever one you prefer. And so it's going to be like a game-related quiz, and we'll do teams of 2 probably for that, depending on how many people are there. So that'll be early in December, and then as for other stuff, I'm not sure. I would like to I could just say her name. I mean, she's gonna be in the video. Ash is quite busy this like December. If she has some time, hopefully we could play. I do want to play Dispatch with her online, because I think it'd be kind of funny for us to play that, especially with like the relationship stuff. Because after we played what was it, the Quarry, or we played half of the Quarry, and they had that like Nick and I think it's Abigail, like sort of romance thing. And we were going through it, and we were just like, why would you ever kiss this guy? Like, and I remember not even thinking anything about that the first time that I played the game on my own. Like, my EQ has risen. So, but yeah, no. So I'm looking forward to I look forward to playing Dispatch for that, and hopefully I'll get to play with Asher. That'll be fun. But yeah, no. As of time of recording, it's not December yet, so I don't know when this is gonna come out. Probably not that long, I can imagine, because it doesn't exactly require much editing on my part. So I'll try and get this up soonish. But I'm looking forward to doing hopefully some more streams next week, like some more Arc Raiders, because that was really fun. And I really want to do modded Lethal Company with like a bunch of people, but I haven't managed to get that sorted out yet, so hopefully we'll be able to do that soon. Maybe we'll do like a Christmas like D&D session or something. That'd be fun. My attention span has definitely been ruined since I was a kid. I just I mean, it could be worse. Like I've seen a lot of people that it's way worse on, like Jaco. I'm joking, but no. But I mean, there have been times where he's been very like ADHD, I guess. But yeah, no. My attention span is pretty bad, and it used to be a lot better when I was younger. I think like the internet and stuff like that has really just, especially these days, it just pushes you to absolutely destroy your attention span. And I think I also really struggle with like switching off as well. And I don't like having no sound. Like I listen to music probably too much. Like I'll have music on whenever I'm doing anything that isn't, or a podcast whenever I'm doing anything that isn't, whenever I'm doing anything basically. So well, and when I'm on my PC, I'll have a YouTube video on or whatever while I'm playing a game or while I'm doing something else. And I really want to start like trying to retrain myself so that I can actually like do these things. I can't put that in. Okay. I really do want to retrain myself so that I like I can do it. I can focus on, like, when I was playing Expedition 33 for a bunch of that, I was just focusing on the game. But a lot of time, especially when I'm doing something that I find even like remotely like tedious for like 2 seconds, I'll put a YouTube video on. And I really need to like not do that. So I think that's one of the things I'm really gonna try and work on. So I can. Yeah, so I feel like my mind has to be like stimulated like 24/7, like with like music and stuff. Like I was saying, it does feel like my brain is like, stimulate me, please. You know, you cannot be unstimulated for any length of time, or else you'll die, I guess. I don't know. That's how my brain feels. But I mean, I can. Like, I enjoy, like, usually when I go out for a walk, I'll have, like, a podcast on. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that on its own. But seeing as I listen to stuff, like, 90% of the rest of the time, I want to cut down on that, basically. And, I mean, I've done, like, walks recently, I think, where I've, like, actively thought, you know what, I'm going to stop listening to anything, and I'll just, like, enjoy the walk. And it's been really nice, and I think turning this stuff off gives me an opportunity to do, I guess, what I'm doing in this podcast episode, but like by myself, where I can sort of like talk to myself and have like a dialogue with myself. And I think it helps me process, I don't know, I guess like I guess like I guess like anything that I you know, anything that's going on, and like not necessarily anything like heavy, but just anything that I'm like thinking about, or like I think it just gives me room to think, and I think I don't let myself have enough room to like just like ponder these days, you know, just like have a think about it, because I constantly bombard myself with information, you know, about whatever. You know, like I constantly am bombarding myself with entertainment, so I don't have to sit there. But it's not like I don't like it. I really enjoy like having the space to myself where I can like think and you know, just like process some thoughts and stuff like that. And I definitely do need to make more space for that. So that's something I'm really gonna try working on. And yeah, no, doing stuff like this is quite nice for that as well. Doing like little videos like this where I get to talk about that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously it's there's stuff that like I guess is more personal, I guess, that I wouldn't like just share on the internet, that I would be able to process on my own. But these are helpful for like going through and like organizing my thoughts, I guess, about this hobby of mine. And yeah, so it's nice. What's left? Toilet, hand dryer, changing table. Hand dryer? Oh. Yeah. So I think it's good for me to do that. And I really need to try and declutter my brain, basically. Or declutter like how I don't know how to describe it. I guess just like de-stimulate myself, so I'm not constantly Oh, this is oh, okay. Yeah, I really that's something I want to focus on. I think you know, going into next year, I guess if I was gonna have a New Year's resolution, it'd be like that would definitely be one of them. And then I'd make the usual ones about like, I want to make content more, and then probably end up not doing it. But I will try, as I always do. Maybe one day I'll succeed in actually continuously doing that. So yeah, I think it's important for me to set more challenges for myself and stuff, instead of just like vaguely like going, oh, I'm gonna do better. You know, doing this thing where I'm like, I'm gonna do a clip every day, you know, until the end of the year, and then you know, if I can keep going from that, that's great. But like, just showing that I can like do this and it's not torturous at all, and like I quite enjoy it, is, I think, gonna be beneficial for me. Yeah, I'm just a guy, you know. I'm not perfect at all. I've got plenty of things that I need to work on. But I'm also, the good news is I'm not, you know, a million years old. I hope, well, you know, I hopefully have the time to work on these things. You know, it's not a rush for me. You know, they're not massively impacting my life that much. I mean, they, well, you know, they probably are more than I think. But like, I'm not. It's not. They're not ruining my life, I guess, is the thing. So, you know, I have time to like work on these things and make myself better. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I want to do more game dev stuff as well. I'm gonna start trying to work on this 2D game I want to make, where you so you kind of like kill monsters and then you cut them up, and you can use that to make meals and stuff, which give you certain buffs and make you stronger and stuff, and like obviously there's certain like monsters and stuff that are weak to certain weapons, I guess, and stuff, and you have to like choose wisely. So I guess, yeah, I mean, it's kind of taking inspiration from Delicious in Dungeon, which is an anime me and Asha really like. And I guess I was gonna say The Witcher, but really any monster hunting series where you have to like choose specific weapons that work for specific enemies. What is the deal with this? What is this wall? I'm dumb. I did it! Great. We finished this. We finished cleaning this toilet. Blammo. Lovely stuff. Nice. It's good. Yeah, so thanks for listening. And I will be back soon, hopefully with one of my friends, possibly Harry, who knows. And yeah, so I'll be back with one of my friends, and we will chat about some shit for like an hour. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little updatey sort of start of podcast thing. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you soon. This looks like the Fortnite map. Anyway, what's that sound? Sound like a... Anyway. Yeah, so have a nice rest of your day, evening, night, sleep well, good morning, good evening, good night. I don't know how I'm ending this podcast. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.